What's up, guys? This is the Vinyl Casket. I'm Nick. This is the home to the lamest taste. Do me a huge favor and please subscribe, like, and comment my videos on YouTube at the Vinyl Casket. Follow, subscribe here on Twitch at Vinyl Casket, and follow my Instagrams at Vinyl Casket and Vinyl Casket Comics. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday on YouTube on the Manny Reads Comics channel, where we upload our weekly roundup, our comic book roundup, where we discuss Manny Reads Comics, and Omni City Comics on Instagram. Discuss our top 3 comics each week, plus a disappointing moment and our favorite covers. Talk about what we're picking up the next week. Really cool. It's an awesome show. We're about to do episode 5, so check that out this upcoming Tuesday on at Manny Reads Comics on YouTube. It also gets uploaded on this channel later on throughout the week. With that being said, we have a manga review. I know it's been a little bit since I've done a manga review, but we are doing the first 2 volumes of, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is a newer Shonen Sunday books. It's the first 2 volumes. It is, how many chapters are collected? So we finish volume 2 at chapter 17. So we have both of these 17 chapters. Volume 2 recently came out, maybe like a week or 2 ago, maybe a month now. I'm not even sure. I picked it up at Kinokuniya in the city, and it's awesome. It's a brand new thing. It's Viz Media, the people that publish and print Shonen Jump, so some of those major big titles. They also do their Sig line, their signature line, and they have Shonen Sunday. Shonen Sunday put out titles such as Magi. I think they're doing Mao right now. So this is really cool. I really enjoy the Shonen Sunday line. I think it's fun. I think the artwork is always on point on every series they put out, and it's kind of like a very hyper focused line where all the books are just really good. There is no filler, there is no nonsense. They're fun, entertaining stories. I'm gonna do a quick synopsis on the 2 volumes, and then talk about why I like it and things that maybe I don't like. Who knows? So basically, you start off the book meeting these 4, which are this party that have just saved the whole world from the Demon King, and the journey's over. They just got back to where they started the journey from. You got a hero, a elf mage, a dwarf, and a priest. So the main character is Frieren, who is an elf who basically in her lifespan hasn't lived nearly as long as she's going to, even though we find out eventually she's been alive for a really long time. How long? We find out, kind of. She's lived for a really long time, and this 10-15 year journey that just happened has come to an end, and they part ways, and she goes on her hobby, which is collecting spell books and learning all sorts of weird magic spells. Like, the weirder the better. Eventually she ends up back in where the hero is. He passes away. Then eventually, basically the time is now kept years since the main hero has died. That, so far throughout these 2, that is how time is kept. Every time we start a new chapter, we're 28 years, 30 years since Himmel's death. I thought that was really cool, really interesting. And then she ends up meeting up eventually down the line with the priest, and eventually is persuaded to take on an apprentice, this girl that he kind of rescued and has been raising, and he's getting to the point where he thinks he's gonna die soon, and then I think they go back, and then he's not dead, and then he actually dies, and basically this character with the dark purple hair becomes her apprentice, and we get to see her grow, and we learn all about how basically time works differently for this elf character. She's lived such a long life, and she'll just sit in a town for 10 years if she wants, just reading books. And she doesn't have like a concept of time. But her concept of value of life has changed. You know, she came back and witnessed this person that she spent all this time with, that she really didn't have that many feelings about, pass away. And then she realized, well, I don't have feelings. I do have feelings. I kind of have feelings. And she's like, you kind of follow this journey throughout time of her growing and learning how to be kind of like human, have a sense of reality, even though she's been alive for so long and time doesn't like, you know, click in her head. So she gets an apprentice, she goes on journeys, you get to see her like them fight over time and all sorts of stuff like that. Really cool battles and finding weird spells. And you see like how she's trying to grow as a person, even though she's thousands of years old. And then eventually they set on a journey to go to basically near where they kill the Demon King to meet the dead, because she wants to see the hero that passed away. And they end up going through the town and fighting the dragon and taking on the dwarf character who's still alive but is at way further in his lifespan than our main character. They take on his apprentice, he joins the group, and then basically that's where we are here, where they're just, you know, they get into another town, they're trying to get through, and there's demons that are tricking because remnants of the Demon King's army are alive still, and now they're getting to the point where they're trying to fight back again. And then Frieren comes in, and there's a big battle about the brew, and that's basically where we are. I know it kind of sounds all over the place. It's a fast pace but slow pace. There'll be a chapter which spans like a couple months, and then the next chapter is like a year later, and then there's be a chapter where it spans like a couple years, and then the next chapter is like 2 days later. It's very weird how timing works, because you're learning how like this elf like exists. Fight scenes are cool, the magic is funny, it's weird, it's interesting, the way it's drawn is really good, artwork is incredible. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm assuming the plot is getting to this point, and the Demon King comes back, and we're fighting the Demon King's like 5 guardians. We've already defeated one, and we're about to fight another one. It's really cool. It's interesting. It's different. It's unique. You never wonder what happens. Like, you know, when you play a game, you defeat the game, the main campaign, and you just sit around and you do nothing. Like, what would happen in reality in that world? What would the characters do next? And you see this character that has been basically around since the creation of time, has been experiencing everything, and now she's starting to create a perception of humanity. And it's really interesting. The side characters are really cool. Everything's really good. It's just a really good series. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It doesn't make humor out of everything. Artwork is definitely serious and fun and lighthearted at the same time. And it's just a good read. I would definitely, anyone that likes Jujutsu Kaisen, if you want a slow-paced, fun, sit-down, relaxing read that isn't going to make you cry every 10 minutes if someone dies or freak out because there's too much blood everywhere, this is it. First 2 volumes are out, 17 chapters. Highly recommend. Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I would score it a 10 out of 10 probably. My only gripe with it is how long is this really going to last? With time jumps, I'm assuming because we're in this major story arc that it's just going to be progressively forward. We're not going to have 10 years skips anymore, because the journey is probably going to take 10 years, it says, to get from point A to point B. So we're probably just going to be consistent until we get to that point. So I don't think there's going to be major time skips, but how long can this story really go? The first volume, we skip like 20 years. So, and this skips like a month. We'll see. 10 out of 10 though. I do really enjoy it. I am Nick. This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest tastes. Remember to follow me on all my socials. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell. There's going to be tons more of this soon. I'm going to be doing tons of reviews. checking stuff out. I'm loving it. Remember to do me a major favor and stay lame.